Workspaces let us organize our team and our sites. In this lesson, we'll explain how to create a new workspace. We'll go over how to add seats and team members to your workspace. We'll talk about roles and permissions at the workspace level. And finally, we'll see how to manage your workspaces. A couple of notes here. Everyone begins with a starter workspace in Webflow, but you can upgrade to add enhanced staging capabilities and advanced collaboration features as needed. So there are some capability differences between workspace plans. Let's jump right in and create a new workspace. Here, we can click in and we can see our current workspaces. Yours might look different. In fact, you may only have the starter workspace that everyone gets by default, or you might be part of someone else's workspace, like me. But to add a new workspace, we can go to Create Workspace. From here, you can name your workspace and then follow a workflow to pick the best plan depending on your needs. That's creating a new workspace. With our new workspace setup, let's talk about how to bring people into it. Before we can add members, collaborators in this workspace, we need to add seats, and we can add as many as we need. And you might be thinking, what the is a seat? Well, seats determine the number of teammates or collaborators that can work with you in Webflow. There are a few types of seats. We have full, limited, free, and client seats. The seat type determines which roles members can be assigned and the set of permissions that they'll have in Webflow, which we'll also talk about a little bit later. All workspaces come with one full seat for the workspace owner. Okay, now that we have some seats, we can invite teammates to fill the seats we just added and then assign them roles. So let's look at how to add and even remove team members from seats. From any of my workspaces, I'm here in this workspace, I'll go into the team settings. From here, since we're viewing this as the workspace owner, we can see an overview of how many members we already have. And we can also invite new members to our workspace if we have any available seats. And as you invite new members, you can choose their role. You can also change this later. The role depends on what kind of work you want them to be doing in the workspace or on specific sites. That's adding members. Let's talk about how to manage them. As we mentioned earlier, we have a few types of seats, and we'll start with full seats. Generally, full seats are needed for members who have more responsibilities within your team. The roles that can be assigned to members with a full seat are admins, who can manage workspace settings and billing, site managers, who can manage site settings and billing, and designers, who can access all of the site design features. Next, we have limited seats. Limited seats are designed for members who need to be able to go in and do some work within the sites in your workspace, but don't need full site design capabilities. Marketer, who can edit content and even build pages using building blocks created by your designers. And content editor, who can only edit site content. And third, there are free seats for reviewers. Their purpose is mostly focused on giving feedback with comments or approving work if you're on an enterprise plan. And whatever role you assign a member at the workspace level, by default, they will be assigned this role at the site level. And if you're on a plan that has site-specific access, you can choose which sites to give them access to as you review the new member. But on any individual site, we can go into the site access and add or remove members from the site, unless they're also an admin, and change their role. Then there's the client seat. Those are specifically for freelancers and agencies working with clients. So the client can safely contribute to a site without risking design changes or even breaking the site. Okay, back in my workspace team settings, there's one more way to add collaborators to your workspace, and that's agency or freelancer guests. This is an option where you can have experts who have their own agency or freelancer workspace to join your workspace to help out with your work. And once they're in your workspace, you can assign them pretty much any role they need to support you. So we know the seat type determines what kind of role each team member can have. But let's set up an example of what a real team structure could look like. You, the workspace owner, will need full access to everything in your workspace and your sites. So you'll need a full seat, and you'll get one for free to start. Your team has a web designer who needs to have a designer role in your sites. So they'll need a full seat in your workspace and be assigned the designer role. You have a growth marketer who will need to be able to build pages with designer-approved building blocks and do some content editing in sites, but not everything else. They'll need a limited seat and be assigned the marketer role. You have a VP of marketing who will need to review sites and provide feedback. they can have a free seat and be assigned the reviewer role. So that's just one example of how a team structure can work. Lastly, if you want to give your client access to their site within your workspace, then you can add them using client seats. And this only applies to freelancers and agencies building client sites in their own workspace. So let's see how that works. In our site setting, under Site Access, we can go in and invite a client. And once we do, we can type in their email address, or we can select our client if they're already in our workspace. We'll select the appropriate role. Let's do the content editing role. And for this one, we're not charging the site plan to the client, which is an option. So let's send the invite. Once the client has accepted their invite, we'll see their presence here. And now in Webflow, that client can confidently go in and do the work they need to do. So that's how you invite clients in a way that keeps everything secure and manageable. Okay, that's roles and permissions at the workspace level. Let's move on to the final step. Up here in our account dropdown, we can access an overview of the workspaces we are a part of. We can see our role in each workspace, how big the team is, and how many sites there are in each workspace. And depending on your role, you'll have different options here. Also, if you don't need to be a part of a workspace anymore, you can always leave that workspace over here. Okay, let's recap. We created a new workspace. We added seats and members to a workspace. We went over the seats and roles. And finally, we showed where you can manage your workspaces. That's a high-level overview of how workspace seats and roles work in Webflow.